And welcome back. There's the main lifeguard tower. They've got their eyes peeled to the horizon in the lineup. We're getting ready for another heat. There's the horn in the background. Makuakai, Rothman, Pedro, Calado, Carlos Burle, Jamie Mitchell, Jimel, Corzo, and Rusty Long. Well, the number one seed has made it through. Greg Long, take a look at this, and it is our goofy footer, Pedro Calado, and the 20-year-old out of Rio de Janeiro. Look how tiny he is and the wall of water behind him. And he opens his account in a big way. Now comes the next challenge, is surviving the whitewater and getting back into the lineup. Oh my, somebody just got taken out in a big way. It's a sneaker set's coming through. The swell is still on us.
Oh man, yeah, we knew we were gonna see some big waves today. Those waves right there, solid 30, 35, possibly 40-foot face. Look at this wave right here for Calado, just dropping in huge. I mean, that wave is giant up behind him, 3 stories plus over his head. You saw Makua on the corner there looking at it as well. What they didn't know was that behind this wave was an even bigger wave.
Pedro Calado, well, he started off fairly strong, and the judges liked what they saw with the goofy footer out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, a 717. Look at this monster wave here. A couple looking at the right, 2 surfers, and it is Makuakai Rothman in the pit. Huge, huge wave, good travel time, and they're paying his dues, but gonna get on the board in a big way. Makuakai Rothman, the 32-year-old, he does not seem 32. Still famous for his double XL surfing back when he was a teenager.
That was incredible. That was such a well-surfed wave to find the wall, to set the rail, to get up into the tube on a wave like that. He had 4 seconds of drive time underneath the hood. Look at this thing, stroking in, flying down the bowl, gets through the wind, redirects down the face, pumps up into it. 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds in the barrel. I mean, that thing was incredible. That was a really, really strong wave.
Oh, come in, Makuakai, an 8.0. That's how you do it. Good commitment, and you're talking about the wave itself. The judges are looking from this angle at the 5th story, looking down, and they go, that was a big wave.
And they've got replays, you know, they're seeing everything from down the beach as well, which, you know, you got to look at every angle, because when the waves are this big, you want to know what's going on. You want to see what they're doing, how they're doing it, you know, setting their rails, the back and forth of pumping into the bowl.
And everybody else, snake eyes, they're looking for a wave. Here we go to the inside. There's a left here, and it would be on the back end. It would be Carlos Burle. Burle, watch that lip, trying to get underneath it, and straightens out. There's some experience right there, and there's some real talent for a 48-year-old man that's well-spoken, a businessman, speaker, and just out there charging it to guys that are teenagers.
Yeah, for him on that wave, you know, he tried to execute the bottom turn rail grab up into the bowl. It was running off a little fast for him. You'll see right here, beautiful entry, really late though. Look at how late he was. Yeah, it almost airdropped, and then coming off the bottom right there, you'd almost have to be grabbing the rail, going into the tube, backdooring it from the top of a wave like that to make it. He was a little too deep to go running out in front of it like he did, and then it ran off away from him.
If you're not a surfer and you look out in the water and you go, well, a wave's a wave. All the waves are the same. There is not one wave ever the same, correct?
There is not, you know. The reality in the platform of Mother Nature is that every wave is different. There's something along the way has altered each swell.
It's a difficult thing. We'll be doing the same thing, jet ski assist. It'll be a lot of pressure on that water patrol to do it right. And excited about that event as well. It's another first time for there.
Could be absolutely amazing. Thank you very much, Pete Mel, our commissioner, out in the lineup, keeping tabs on things and making the call. The call started this morning with a 7:45 start, 60-minute heats. We're into heat number 2, semifinal heat number 2, with 24:11 on the clock. And Jamie Mitchell, watch this. Moment of truth. There's no duck diving on that board.
No, trying to get through a wave out there with a board like that, you know, you're either gliding over the shoulder or you're bailing. You can do what they call the turtle roll, where you turtle over, you turn over upside down, and you kind of let the wave go over you. But a lot of times that doesn't work out so good.
You end up just getting flung into space with your board. So,
but you look at this wave, beautiful wave, glides in, really strong paddle, pumps down the line, another pump, finds the wall, feels it with his hand, driving through that section, and then it hit that foamy water. You know, that's the culprit. But unfortunately, the inside, the actual foam and everything that was pulling out through from the inside made it hard for him to exit.
Jamie Mitchell fan club on the beach.
Yep, some Aussie flags down there, flying the flag for his countryman, and the Australians, a great bunch, man, let me tell you. Living life, enjoying for what it is.
We do have 6 events on the tour. This is the first event for our Southern Hemisphere swing, which includes an event in Chile and one in Peru. Closeout sections, trying to make the most of anything.
Well, that was Carlos Burle, and out the back, more sets coming in. Beautiful, big waves. As you can see, Makuakai and Calado splitting the peak.
Well, suicide closeout. Well, not really. They're getting some points, and the judges are taking a look at the size of the wave and then the travel in the tube. First thing that can go, obviously, is your body hitting the bottom. It's a sand bottom, and it might as well be concrete. Then you've got the leash and the board, and that's tugging you around quite a bit. But this is one powerful wave. You talk about, if you look at the Google map and you take a look at where the shelf is, this thing drops off immediately offshore. Great fishing out here, but this is some powerful surf. Let's take a look at Makuakai.
Yeah, so he came in and set the rail, had a nice down the line motion. That thing was running down the sandbar, and then on the other side of that was Calado on that big left, not really getting any open face out of it, having to go straight, but the right really looked good on that. And I think Makua might have been driving in that thing for quite some time because it had a beautiful wall. He set up really well and was going really fast into it. Carlos Burle just kind of dropped in for the... it looked like he went right on a left. There's a surefire sense there that he got a long tube out of that, even though he didn't make it. Rusty Long.
Rusty Long finally trying to do what his brother did. He's got a corner at the end. He is driving hard, and one section collapsed. But Rusty Long gets on the board. And remember, Greg had one wave, they doubled it, and he snuck through. Rusty Long looking for something in the 6-point range, needs a 5.76, I believe. So Long giving it his best shot. Time check, 11:45 remaining.
Decides to paddle back out too, right through it. That was there's that calm, cool, collective head that you need to be as a big wave surfer. Here's a replay. Angling in just like you've seen many of the surfers this morning, finds a nice line through the tube, but again, hits that inside whitewater section and it foils his plans for an exit. But look at this entry, just beautiful, clean, smooth entry, comes off the bottom. This thing opens up wide, pulls up into the bowl, almost gets lipped in the head, and he's just driving through the barrel.
24 hours later, he was surfing at Pico Alto, the Billabong event, and he won that, and that was set the stage for him to win the world title.
Over there right now behind this one, so we'll see if those guys can get into the position.
Guaranteed left. Now, you take the first wave, if it doesn't work out, you're going to get beat by the second, maybe third. Who's going to be in position here? Remember, there still could be an interference, so you got to keep your nose clean and look to your right to see if anybody's behind you. Deep in the lineup. And here we go, grabbing around Makuakai. Rothman in the right spot, goes for the cover up. He has no choice. Look at this wave. Can he make it through? Just not quite enough speed. What happened there, Strider?
That was a great effort, but like you said, a little too deep on the wall, not making it, but great effort. There was what the example, it's a great example to look at for, what Carlos Burle needed to do on his wave. When you take off on a wave like that, that's going to be shooting off down. Look at how close Rusty Long and he are. So he gets up and he immediately angles in, grabs the rail, gets high on the face, and finds that down the line motion, puts himself in the tube. I mean, what an amazing wave to catch. But grabbing the rail, pulling up into it. There's live action.
Jimel Corzo, here we go, local boy, the 19-year-old finds a corner, and this might help him out. He finally gets on the board with 7:34 on the Tag Heuer clock, and good for him, and the crowd on the beach applauses. The beach announcer very well aware of the local surfers that are still in the championship here. He did surf in the ISA World Juniors in New Zealand as a youngster, and now I believe he is the national champion of Mexico. Battles back out in the lineup. Let's see what he needs. It looks like he needs something in the 6-point range to help him move up. Now, one thing about Rothman, well, let's first go to
There's
Corzo.
Corzo on a bomb, comes off the bottom, nice line down there. He got a little cover up, stayed out in front of it and executed. You know, the wave was perfect, and then Jamie Mitchell was behind him on this one. Too much froth on it, too much foam. Really just going to get out of that one, but wanting to get something on the board for a backup score.
Well, Calado again. Or is this Rusty Long? No, it's Calado. And the wave shows no opening there. One more right after it. Let's see if anybody's in position. And somebody is going after it. Yes, it's Rusty Long, and it's a kind of a suicide run. .425 on the clock. Oh, that's Rusty sitting out the back. So obviously, who'd I see?
That was Burle. Carlos Burle doing what he needed to do, grab the rail off the top and actually executing that grab rail takeoff into the barrel, getting under the hood. So here's Calado's wave, taking the line down, trying to find the wall, really pushing on that speed angle, not touching the face so he could go as fast as possible. And then behind him, there's Burle, pulls up into the bowl, tries to, he did what he needed to do there. He grabbed the rail and pulled straight in.
Jamie Mitchell in fourth. Jamie needs less than a point. Long needs less than a point. Corzo looking for something, a mid-range score. We're down to 3 minutes remaining. Corzo again. Corzo, oh, what a hideous wipeout. Tries to pencil dive off it, and in shallow water, trying to exit off his board before the lip takes his head off.
That was unfortunate. I'm not sure what was going through his head right there, but it looked like from the screen he had, oh man, look at this wave on his head. It looked like he had the line, perfect positioning on the drop. He's drawing off the bottom. He stops drawing and for some reason doesn't commit to the barrel. So
a little hesitation right there.
Right there.
Sometimes it's some of those small scores that are the hardest to find.
This is true.
Well, this guy's nonstop. Carlos Burle. Burle in that third spot before scores coming through. Somebody's got to cut down that palm tree, the coconut palm. We missed the shot.
I got a glimpse of it.
You did? What
happened? Great effort. Threaded the needle, pulled up under the hood, rode through the barrel, and then got bucked off just at the end as it closed out.
He knows how much time's remaining. He says, okay, that's it. I'm coming in.
Rusty, turn around and catch one, buddy, if you can hear me. Here's the replay of Burle. Drops in, grabs the rail. There's that, what you want. You want that down the line motion. He's pumping on the backhand. He gets a beautiful tube, and then right as it closed out, kind of got tossed off. So right there, he was pumping down the line in the tube, grabbing the rail, pulling it up, letting it go, dropping back down into the bowl, pulling back up on that rail, setting that inside edge, and repeating so he could get down the line as fast as possible, not touching the wall with anything.
And just so you know that with cameras up and down the beach, the judges are looking from the eye, basically one position. So you might see a camera shot from a different position. It's not exactly what the judges see unless they ask for a replay. So what might look like to be an okay wave, if the judges see it differently or get the replay, we'll see a different score pop up. Got a big recap of semifinal 1 and 2 coming right up. We got a really quick break. From what we're told, we're going to get right into the final. We've wrapped up semifinal heat number 2. We think that Rothman is going to advance to possibly Calado. That was ugly.
That was Jamie Mitchell.
Ouch.
And swan song. He's not going to be advancing. Burle with an effort. Calado with an effort. Rothman with an obvious eye of the tiger, paddling around Rusty Long on that big set. Literally just had the lumber, went to work. So cool. So cool to be on the main stage, you know, have your name out there, let the rest of the world see who you are. Here's that right hand, the first score you see. Beautiful bottom turn, nice low line, stays in it, gets a little cover up, comes out clean, kicks out. I mean, hard to do. This is the second wave, drops in, sizable wave, bottom turns, and then pin drops.
And it looks like it might not do it for him. Baker checking things out. We'll see if this is an official with all scores in, but right now it shows Rothman, Calado, Burle